Hey everyone, so welcome in this session, RCA workshop, LinkedIn Live event. So we will have a discussion why this workshop is very, very important and what value it can add in your profile, your business, and your life as in whole. So I'm just sharing the screen. Is this screen visible?
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So RCA is basically root cause analysis. And by implementing simple practices, but which is deep rooted in the system, we can actually improve our food system and increase the trust. And this is a HANA Life.in QCon podcast series, number one in 2026. We will have similar podcasts every week. So this is my brief introduction. Engineering background from Jaipur National University, MBA from BGB Pant University, certificate in supply chain from IIT Delhi. Overall 16 years of experience. Lean Six Sigma, RCA techniques, traceability, FSSC, VRCGS, HACCPs, SAP. Experience across PepsiCo, Jaipur, Nestle, and Mars. This is overall industrial exposure, category exposure across dairy, rice, frozen vegetable, oil, sugar, salt. During major exposure is during mass tasty bite, and these are the equipment exposure. And recently, I have delivered a talk where an entire food industry professional was there on 12th November at QCon at India Food Summit Award 2025 by Cinex. So this is overall content module we will focus today. And number one question is why a problem refuses to disappear in our life as well as at our workplace. We see same pattern of problems keep on repeating again and again, again and again. We take some action, it improves a bit, but again it appears after a few days, sometime after 1 week, sometime after 1 month. Why? Because focus stays on visible issues. Like we are just cutting the leaves or maybe some branches. So it is giving a relief. Uh, it is an example like a protruding tree, we have a GMP. So if you want to get away from the tree, you have to cut the roots. If you are cutting just branches or leaves, it will again incur in the same pattern of the system or philosophy. It happens in our life, in our businesses, in our processes. So pressure drives speed. So if there is a pressure of speed, the associate will not think about going detail. He will not think of going for preventive action, performing YY analysis, and he will just do the immediate quick fix just to have a speed. Temporary fixes will give a false closure, and that is very, very bad for business. It may be good for a short term appraisal or maybe a 1 or 2 month appreciation, and learning is replaced by just relief. So overall, these are the problems why 90% of the problems are repeating again and again, and they are not having permanent solutions. And this is the hidden cost of constant firefighting. If we are not working on root causes or maybe the sustainable solution, the firefighting mode will always be on, and there will be huge time consumed. Teams will be keep on doing the repetitive and recurring things. Stress will be there. Everybody will be having instead of 8 hours, they will be engaged for 12 hours, doing the same thing, same mistakes, and same corrective actions, same corrections again and again, again and again. If there is no preventive action, if there is no root cause analysis, so improvement will not happen in the longer run. Now, here, why most RCAs fail silently? Why? Because RCA is being done in a cabin. It is just considered as a document. It is being repeated and again with the same RCA of last many years, and it is filed. Problems is not clearly defined. Causes are just assumed, not verified, not validated. Actions are just closed on the paper, not on process, not on floor. That's a key or important fact that RCAs are failing again and again. These are the like differences between symptoms and the real root causes. Symptoms are eliminated if then it will cause a sustainable solution. And symptoms are something which is immediately visible. Symptoms are, if we talk about in the root cause or maybe the tree structure, symptoms are leaf or branches. These are visible part. So if we just take action on this, we will never ever be able to remove the tree of problem. Root causes are hidden. Sometimes it's are not visible. Sometimes it is far, far away from the direct process, system, people. Fixing symptoms just give a short term or permanent or short term relief. It is not a permanent solution. This is just a temporary fixing. The danger of stopping at human error. I see for my suppliers, like in Tasty Bite Mars, I handled supplier quality function for 15 to 23, and 50% of RCA was having the last root cause as a human mistake. And that human mistake was being solved by training, and same kind of RCAs were repeating again and again. So there was no proper fix up. So because instead of system, they focus on people. It is a human error, and that's why you can't do anything. We provide a training, and that's a default solution. And there is a training form, and that's it. This is a 50% of the problems stop there, and this is actually eyewash. This is not going to help the system. This is not going to improve the system. Same mistakes repeat under pressure. So why strong RCA looks like a real plant? Because in plant also we can see only branches, leaf, flowers. Like flower is profit, leaf are processes, branches are the core pillars, and the roots are the basic system which are nurturing to everything, right? If we have to improve system or implement some best practice, then also we have to act on roots. If we have to solve problems, then also we have to act on roots. So that's a basic ideology and comparison and analogy as per the plant. How RCA prevents repeat deviation? So if we are doing proper RCA analysis and root causes are eliminated, they will not give any nurturing to further problem. And then in that manner, the process will be strengthened and deviations will gradually reduce. And by the time root cause is 100% removed, the problem will be 100% removed. So now I will share the one real life case that changed the outcome. In my one of the previous organization, there was an incident going around 3 to 4 months. It was related to foreign matter, aluminum piece, and multiple factories were having metal detector alarms. The metal detector was crossing continuously the base level, and as everything was under the process defined and everything, the root cause was not able to was not visible. So everybody, the after crossing the base level, the system at previous company at that was like just calling the engineer, reset the machine and restart, and it was happening again and again for 2 to 3 months. Then it caught the eye of management. Then management installed a task force, which one of the task force member was me, and we did a thorough analysis of all the raw materials. Then we identified one of the raw material is having these pieces. Then we break back trace the same and went to the supplier level and found that those pieces were being originated from one of the suppliers. So what is the learning? The learning is if repeated deviations are there, we have to take investigation, even if it is within the norm. In that case, it was within the norm, but still, because it was repeated deviation, we started the investigation, and it actually it actually identified a real problem in the system. There were aluminum trays being used as one of the supplier side. We replaced those aluminum trays to SS trays, and the problem is something is eliminated from last many years. That never occurred because we acted on the root cause, which was the tray design at the supplier side. If we would have taken just action like sorting the material, cleaning the material, or maybe just changing the volume of the supplies, it would not have stopped permanently. So this is just one of the example in our real workshop, which is going to happen on 25th Jan, just 2 days after. We will have multiple examples, multiple case studies in the workshop, and the team group task where we will further strengthen this skill. Then mindset shift that makes RCA effective. Because if you are doing RCA, it is not just to satisfy your line manager. If we are only going to satisfy our line manager, the RCA will not be strong because it will be biased. We have to satisfy our ultimate boss, and the ultimate boss is consumer. If we think with the lens of consumer, the RCA will be effective because consumer will not allow even a single defect from your million packs. Consumer expect Six Sigma effectiveness, which is 3.6 defects per million opportunities. Thinking prioritize over speed, that's not allowed as per the consumer. Ownership replaces compliance mindset. Compliance is not the expectation of consumer. The consumer wants zero defect. Learning valued over closure. That's also one of the most important thing. Closure is not important. What is important more is learning, understanding, not only just documentary closure. That is a mindset shift which is required in the industry, and we are going to prepare a new standard which is called QCon, quality consciousness, which will be even stringent than BRC, GS, and FSSC 22000, which is there across the planet. Now, what is QCon as we discuss? So it is a standard where we will be seeing the problem just not as a problem, it is an improvement opportunity. And RCA will be a main framework. Prevention will replace the correction. Correction will be there, but prevention and preventative action. Prevention is like if some issue happened on the same line, you did preventive action, that is prevention. If same nature of problem like maybe a washer or maybe some line defect is there in some other line as well, or maybe some other plant of the same business group, then that is preventative action. So in QCon standard, prevention and preventative both are very important. Stability becomes the norm. It is not only just get the problem solved for 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, or 1 year, 2 year. It is for forever. That's a new norm of quality standard. So here I invite all of you to join with us RCA Technique 1 day intensive masterclass where we will be having a proper rooted solution action plan, firefighting to rooted solution, and the real life practices like how we do in global FMCG giants like I have done in Nestle, Mars, Newlywed, and my PepsiCo tenure. So we'll focus on YY analysis, we focus on fishbone, 5Y, 7Y logic, RCA tools. What tool, which tool should be used in which scenario? That is very important. What is the kappa design? How kappa should be tracked? How we can avoid recurrence of the problems? And that workshop is very important for quality, production, operations, supply chain, all young managers and the young talent. So that's our organization, hanalife.in. The cost is very minimum, like 998 rupees. These are UPI IDs you can pay and just connect us at the number which is there at our website. This is the pictures of last workshop, GMP, GHP, GLP, where people have rated, students have rated more than 9 rating for the interactive classes and very good feedback provided. And this is our core purpose of hanalife.in QCon. Like food safety culture is one thing and all SOPs documentation is different thing. And there is a big gap, and that gap is what is written is not being practiced. What is being practiced is hidden, is not being said to anything. In audits, we are doing just quick fixes, and that's all the gap. This is our team, like organization, founder HANALife.in, Sarvesh, and the Sonika. So these are three-member team, and these are our other courses where my team members are also supporting HANALife excellence program. So here, like GMP, GHP, centimeter, HACCP, BASAP, TESAP, I'll be leading, and the labeling and legal compliance and food FSSI food analyst program. These two programs are being led by Sonika ji, and the study abroad program will be led by Sarvesh. While we will be supporting each other in all other programs. Like this is overall the RCA workshop thing. Now let us have a brief discussion over. Now I will invite my senior and mentor from Nestle as well as Mars Tasty Bite, Gaurav sir. So how you think, Gaurav sir, like a correct RCA can solve a business problem, or how much value of it can be considered for a correct RC?
I think thanks, Hari. It's very interesting. I was remembering my manufacturing days, and you are right. I mean, most of the time we used to say that it's a human mistake, and training and that certificate of the training will solve the issue when we send it to the customer. But you're right. I think correct RCA is a mix of art and science, and you really need somebody who is tough to get to the bottom of the things, and really get to see that what is really of the process. And yeah, it can be a manual issue, but I think going beyond the manual issue and realizing what changes we can do in the process to avoid that manual intervention, I think that needs very smart understanding of the manufacturing process. But correct RCA is the backbone of correct identification of the gap or the process gap.
Yeah, so you remember the incident which I made, and it was like very big incident across the spanning across multiple factories in India, one of the biggest food giant, and the RCA is the key to solve the business problems. If we have like curious team members, curiosity is the number one thing, and passion for food is food safety is the number two thing, where a person is going to have a proper RCA. And this is not a just something. Yeah, hi Naveen sir. Yeah. So I would love to hear your views on this topic, like why a correct RCA or maybe learning this skill is important, as you have 30 plus years of experience in food industry across multiple groups like Nestle, GSK.
So I will echo what you have already told and what the guy has just touched upon. We are doing most of the time, 90% of the time, superficial root cause analysis because there is a demand from the customer that, okay, some issue has happened and we need to give a kappa. So it is more of a paper which need to be generated and given back. But in real sense that if we are not addressing the real root cause, it is going to repeat. The issue is going to be even bigger and worse than what it was last time. That is resulting ultimately into multiple times the loss to the company and a big question mark on the credibility of the quality fraternity. So whether it is RCA, whether it is FMEA, the need of the R is that, okay, we should be doing the dual benefit. One is for the business. The second benefit is for the self-development. In any of the RCA, if it is going to be a desktop RCA, that is not going to serve the purpose. Like any HACCP, you need to be on the line. You need to be with those operators and those people who are managing the show. And you really need to be in the shoes of those particular operators to understand exactly what is happening and what are the different variables which are impacting for the failure. You touched upon a beautiful point on the human error. During my GSK stint, it was a wonderful workshop where I've attended. and it was a 5 days workshop only on the human factor. And the ultimate intent of the workshop was that it should be 99% a system failure to be identified, whether it is a training, development, learning, skill, then only putting a blame that, okay, someone X person has done a mistake and that's why the failure has happened. I think that this coming workshop is going to be a really wonderful workshop. My all the best wishes to all the participants and all the mentors who are going to share their wonderful experience, and let it be a great workshop to happen.
Yeah, thank you so much, Naveen sir, for your like suggestions as well as valuable inputs. Now I'll request my teammate Sarvesh to share his learning. I think he is just 2 or 3 days old in our system. He joined day before yesterday only, and he's now involved making the presentation and connecting with people. Right? Yeah, Sarvesh, how was your learning?
Thank you so much, sir. And yes, I'm being glad and really thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to learn more, create presentation, work on this one, and assisting you with the workshop. And it's been a wonderful experience. And while we are working in the industry, we don't realize that this things needs to be on the paper. Some other time, like Naveen sir and Gaurav sir has touched, it's just a piece of paper, while on the other side it needs to be done on the practical basis as well, and we are the one who's going to look after that. So that was a really wonderful point which you everyone has touched. And yes, it was really nice experience and pretty excited for the workshop.
Okay, now I invite other participants like Sonika ji, Sushant, if they have any inputs to add on, right? Yeah, Sushant, if you can unmute and just say what's your learning.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Sushant is Gaurav sir, he's my mentee. He is working with me from last 1 month. Every day he's taking some action. He's from Sushant. Give you a little introduction.
Uh, Hello, everyone. I am Sushant. I am from Bangalore. So I have completed my master's in food technology from CFTR Mysore. So I'm been working with Swastik's Masala from the past 4 years. So from the past month, as sir told, I am getting a guidance from him to develop myself and improve myself towards the MNC mindset and in the QA culture. So he is helping me to develop that in me.
Yeah, Sushant, so what was your learning, key three learnings from this like presentation and the podcast?
Yes, sir. My great learning. First thing, like even our kind of industry, I was shocked to know that human error. It was a common thing. Everyone were saying that human default answer for everything. So our thinking capability was stopped there only. Okay, we will train the workers and we will be not getting. But the problem was never ending. That the same problem was repeating and repeating and repeating, and we were not following the proper RCA method, as you said. So always we should be very cautious is finding the root cause, and so that we can permanently solve the issue instead of simply putting on the papers and covering it up.
Yes, Sushant. So I think you are also joining the workshop, right? Yeah, Sonika ji. So Sonika ji, give a
Hi.
little yeah introduction of you. Gaurav sir, she also joined me organization just 2 3 days before, but she is my mentee from last 1 month. Just give a little introduction and share your learning. Sonika ji, please.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I take this opportunity to thank Hari for taking me in with him in this endeavor. And as you many of you might be aware that I was working as Assistant Director Technical in the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, New Delhi, from 2015 to 2025. So now I'm planning to begin a different aspect of my journey, and I hope I'll get support from all of you. And of course, this root cause analysis is a concept very different for me because being from the regulator side, we have been always focusing on, drafting guidelines and making regulations. So from the implementation part, the industry for industries, it's a very important, thing to follow. And of course, because my husband was in the industry, so we often used to discuss RCA because he used to face some challenges while working at Mankind. So we had a good time discussing these challenges, and some terminologies are quite, common for me. But in this workshop, I really gained a good insight in what actually the RCA technique is and how to, how the industries can well address this and come up with good solutions. Thank you.
Yeah, I now thank everyone, including my team members, Gaurav sir, and Naveen sir, Sarvesh, Sonika, and all the participants who had joined this workshop, and all those participants who will listen this recording, because I will share this recording to LinkedIn. There were 65 registration, Gaurav sir. So at the LinkedIn Live
Very nice.
event, yeah, we will share this recording with all of them, and we will have the workshop. And Naveen sir and Gaurav sir, if possible, you can also have a little like one or one slide at the end of the workshop. If your time permits, I will just invite both of you to share little insights about your learning, as well as have a little guidance to the audience, because my audience will be mostly young food technologists, or maybe those who are having freshers, or maybe the college students. Those will be the audience. So gaining exposure from a vast industry exposure, or maybe the veteran uh, experience associated, will be very, very valuable for all of the participants. Yeah,
No problem,
now,
Hari. I will
Yeah.
just let me know your dates and
yeah.
all.
It's on Sunday, 25th Jan, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Most probably at
Okay.
around 4 p.m. I will invite both of you for firefight
Okay.
or 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks.
so thank you, team. Thank you, everyone. It was really
Thank
a
you.
nice conversation and learning exposure to me as well, while making this
Yeah.
presentation and working on this concept.
All the best,
Thank
Hari.
you, everyone.
All the best.
Thank you,
All the
everyone.
best. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye. You
Shubh Ratri, all of you.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shubh Ratri.